of course, why not? Why not end the episode on an ending like that once again for episode 8 for the 8th straight time and drive us all insane. So basically in this episode 8, they kind of figure out they can't hide Kaio there anymore, because obviously that person walked in and it's the center of all the murder stage loops or whatever and whatnot. I was really wondering what that keychain meant whenever Satori actually walked past those 2 girls in the street. By the way, I was like, I should know this means something, but I kind of understand why I didn't really comprehend it, because I don't know, you don't understand if you've seen the episode. That's too hard to explain, really. But so overall in this episode, we kind of really understand how Kaio's life is. She really, really, really gets treated like shit at home, and you kind of get the insight every time you see like a caring moment, like I wouldn't even say a caring moment, like a natural moment where parents actually care about their children, like Satori's mom, and Satoru's mom for the motherfucking win. She knew these things were going on all this whole time. She's smart, she's proud of her son, and I'm glad we don't have just an idiotic character that plays a huge role. I don't want to say main character because she's not. She's just someone who gets a lot of screen time. She's definitely a role. That's you could argue and say she's probably the main cast. Yeah, of course you could. Of course you could. But I'm just so happy. It's so hard to talk about because I'm just so ecstatic that we don't have a character that's just an idiot, and one that's actually in charge of the actual main character, the boss in this scenario of him going, whenever he's a kid per se, but technically not when he's grown up, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm getting at here. So, what I don't really like is the teacher. The teacher's known about this too. The teacher's working with his mom, and I feel like the teacher has to be the person to be the murderer. I know he brought over the child, I don't know, it's basically child abuse patrol people, basically, to put it simply. So I don't trust him at all. I know they're supposed to meet at like 7 o'clock in the morning or something like that, and they stop by Hinazuki's house, and it looks like Hinazuki's mom's about to smack her, and Satoru and his mom decides to walk up right behind her, and it ends right there, of course, and now we're stuck in what the hell's gonna happen next. I can't wait until next week. I always get in that mode where I'm like, my hype dies down, like 3 days away. It's like really low. It's like, all right, I'm patient. I can wait. This is cool. And then as soon as I press the play button, it's like, oh, we're finally here. I'm getting all hyped up and everything. It's crazy. But we got really slow. Not too much to go in to dive in on this chapter, because there's really slow progression, and we haven't got any more insight to who the killer could be. We just got the insight to where, well, this teacher is really, really fishy. Now, I want to go back and rewind a little bit, a couple episodes. Whenever Satori's mom, just before Satori's mom got murdered, she called the guy she used to work with at the news station, I think her job was. He has glasses. Satori talked to him before he got caught by the cops. You guys probably know what I'm talking about if you guys are watching this episode by episode. And I don't think it can be him, simply because she remembered who, she found out who the killer was. She's like, oh, I know who it is now. All this time, she's basically said, like, I've been so, oblivious to this. And she finds out who the actual murderer is before she gets murdered, so obviously no one knows. But she called him, so I think that automatically puts an X on him, because why would she call him if he was the murderer? So, you still have the teacher, you have that one guy, he's always at the park, I think it is, or I don't know, he had the weird guy. You guys know what I'm talking about, the weird guy, the one who originally got arrested for this, but I don't know. I don't think he's technically the culprit even, so that would technically exit out him too. So who is it? The teacher. The only thing I can think of is it has to be the teacher, and it'd make perfect sense simply because the teacher is kind of like keeping a low profile. He's blending in with the crowd per se. Not even per se. He is blending in with the crowd. So, well, I guess technically yes, per se, simply because he's not confirmed that he's the murderer. So, as always, guys, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm done ranting for this last minute, and follow me on Twitter at Hex25. Don't forget to leave a like.